Da.
What's good, everybody? Welcome back to the Saiffers BPat podcast. We're back again with another Grand Slam. Weeks later, after the French Open concluded, Wimbledon is upon us, and we're just going to be chit-chatting today about the WTA draw. We've seen what happened in qualifiers. We've got the full draw updated, and today or tomorrow, depending on when you're listening to this, Wimbledon will be starting. So we're going to be kind of just breezing through some of the different matchups that we see, some of the spotlight ones that we want to talk about, as well as the different quarters of the draw, just so we can kind of make predictions and just kind of spitball a little bit about what we're going to see in this tournament, potential like banger matchups, stuff like that. So, I mean, if you want to hop right in, Save, how you doing today? Let's get to chit-chatting.
So, bro, I'm doing pretty good. Really excited for this one. I kind of forgot how exciting it is to watch grass matches. Um, it's not it doesn't look as grueling as clay, but it's definitely exciting, and I think Wimbledon definitely has obviously the biggest history and I think more prestige than Roland Garros. All the players are going to be wearing white, which is exciting. It's really a very
The whole
probably one of my
tournament?
favorites. Yes, everyone has to wear white.
I didn't
Every
know
match,
that.
every player.
That's kind of cool.
Really? Yes, bro.
Oh,
That's
Jabor is screwed.
why is that? Because of her pink
She
dress?
can't wear her pink, man.
Oh,
She's screwed, bro.
yes, bro. She's been wearing that forever, man.
The
Oh my
same
God.
ones. I don't. I've heard that she's never taken it off.
Yeah, no, I agree, bro. I think that's true. Anyways, yeah, yo. So let's crack this draw. You want to talk about any future bets you like, or you want to save that till the end?
I guess as we go on, we'll kind of like describe. I haven't looked too much into futures. I know you have your futures kind of locked in, but as we kind of chit chat about it, maybe I'll have some decisions made. I haven't looked fully at the draw like this, so this is on the spot for me, which I think will be better. More raw thoughts. Might be a little
Okay,
more crazy
cool.
takes, but let's do it.
All right, it's all good. All right, we can get into it. So the first little half of the first quarter of the draw, some notable players here. Marta Kostyuk, I think, is worth mentioning, and obviously Barty. This little section of the draw doesn't look very good. Maybe other than Sinyakova and Kostyuk, I don't think any players will give Barty any trouble in this little portion of the draw. In the other quarter, some bigger names: Krejcikova, Azarenka, uh, Kontaveit, Vondrousova, Kasatkino, and Ostapenko. And I think three of those have made finals or have won a grass uh, tournament this year. Ostapenko just won one. Kasatkina won one, and then had a decent-ish run in another. Kontaveit reached the final, lost to Ostapenko. Vondrousova is a decent player there. Good track record in Grand Slams. Obviously, you have Azarenka, um, legend, and Krejcikova, who just won the last Grand Slam. So all of these players are in Barty's quarter, except they won't be facing her until the quarterfinals. But that lower quarter of that draw looks incredibly stacked.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I can't take my pick on who would come out of there.
Are you looking at the
Um,
portion like starting with Kazadkina to Andreescu?
um,
Or are you a little bit
hmm,
higher from Azarenka down to Andreescu? Is that what you're looking at? Or
yeah,
just the
yeah,
whole thing?
from line 17, from
Okay.
Azarenka to
Yeah. I mean, that's
to
tough.
Andriy line.
One thing I would say is that Kirstea is kind of screwed, man. She played Azarenka, got bullied by her like a week ago, and then she'll have her once again on grass, and I see kind of a similar result occurring. Um, Ostapenko looked fantastic, to be honest. I watched a couple of her matches. She looked great. I mean, obviously, she's not the most consistent. Cornet definitely has potential. She can get past Andreescu. We may see like an Ostapenko or Kazatkina Cornet match, which would be pretty solid. I think Azarenka, if she's playing like her best ball or at least near her best ball, she should make it to that little, I guess, final of that little eighth of the draw. So I think we'll see like an Azarenka, um, Ostapenko, Kazatkina, or Cornet. I really don't know. I mean, Andrescu, I'd love to see it, but I'm not really sure if we'll see. We'll see. Maybe she'll prove us wrong and get things going, but who knows?
Yeah, I think one thing that's interesting, looking at this, there's a lot of rematches already from just this year's grass season alone. Um, Kasatkina, if she wins, if she beats Tig, and Yelena Ostapenko beats the Corky bitch Leila Fernandez, they'll meet in the second round. And Ostapenko just came from behind and beat Kasatkina in three. That's pretty interesting. Uh, Tomjanovic is in there. Cornet Andreescu rematch again. Cornet beat Andreescu in Berlin on Andreescu's 21st birthday last week or 2 weeks ago. So yeah, a lot of good players. Kontaveit, Vondrusova. We mentioned Tomjanovic. Petkovic is in there as well. Sevastova. Uh, Kostyuk. To talk about Barty a little bit. She hasn't played since she withdrew from the French Open with her injury. Interesting to see how Barty does. Her first two matches, I don't think, are challenges. As always, Barty always gets baby food draws, and I understand she's the one seed, but I mean,
That's how that works.
everything after. No, but it's random though. Like these players are picked like from a hat. If you don't have a seed, it's all random. Um, uh, the seed is only like to face other seeds, but I mean, if you don't have like a number next to your name, it's all random. So it's just it blows my mind. I mean, like Blinkova and Babos, and then in the second round potentially, or Carla Suarez Navarro, who made her comeback from cancer. So I guess Barty's first test will be in the third round against either Coco Vandeweghe or Siniakova, perhaps. Not too sure, but yeah, man, interesting stuff. I don't think Barty's gonna have a great grass season, to be honest. Had very little warm up. Historically has been good, not great on grass. Um, and yeah, this lingering injury, multiple injuries, an elbow one and a thigh one as well. So
Yeah.
uh, we'll see. Who do you like?
For this little
What do you think?
section, I think Barty, like you said, will have no problem getting past the first couple rounds. Van de Weeg, Siniakova, I think Siniakova will take that one. But I think it could be a tight one for sure. Coco has showed some promise during the grass season so far. So I think Barty really won't have a test. Even in the third round, she may not even really be tested. I think it'll take a little bit longer. Somebody who I think has the potential to kind of like sneak up as a little bit of an underdog would be Paolini. She's not super consistent, but when she's on, she's on, and I've noticed at least from results that she's been winning quite a few of like her lower end tournaments, and then giving some like decent players a run for their money. I'd love to see where Krejcikova, where her game translates onto the grass courts. Obviously, she had one hell of a run a couple weeks ago at the French Open, so I'll be super interested to watch and see how she turns out. Probably won't be making any plays on her to start, but I'll be keeping an eye on it for sure. Sevastova, of course, gonna be. I think Sevastova will make it past the second round. Whether she plays Bertens, will more than likely play Kostyuk. I think Kostyuk's not really ready for Sevastova on grass, to be completely honest. So I think Sevastova actually has a pretty solid chance to meet Barty in the fourth round. So I think it'll be Sevastova, Paolini if I'm picking like a dark horse, and then a potential Krejcikova, but that's only if her game really kind of settles in and is at a top level. But we'll see.
Yeah, that is interesting stuff. Sevastova Kostyuk would also be another rematch from this year's grass tournaments in the past week. I'm not sure. I think it was, I guess Eastbourne. Sevastova beat Kostyuk in 3 sets, I believe.
Yeah.
But yeah,
In three sets. 6-1, 6-7, 6-4.
Yeah, it is always so stacked in these tournaments. I'd say for this little portion, I think the player that will make the quarterfinals from these players, um, I'm gonna go with Sevastova. Like you said, either Sevastova or Sanyakova. Um, my little dark horse, not really a dark horse, but would be Petkovic, who showed flashes of brilliance. And she's probably one of the most experienced players in this portion of the draw. Um, I think from those first 16 players, I think her and Coco might have the most grass court experience. So,
I personally
um,
think Pekovic goes down first round.
no,
I think
yo,
so.
Paulini is only good against bad players, like you said. In my opinion.
We'll see. I think she's got a shot at least to make it past the first round.
I remember in Parma, um, little tournament in Parma, Clay, before the French Open.
Anisimova. Yeah, we don't gotta talk about that one.
Yeah, bro, Polini was red hot, and Anisimova was ice cold, and Anisimova, did it to her. I mean, that's what it's like when she faces quality
That's
players,
fair. That's
and
fair. Good point.
and to be truthful about it, that's why she plays those little ass tournaments. To be honest, so
I don't see her potentially making a run to the quarterfinals. But I think she may get past a round or two. I think Sevastova, out of the people who I would say would make the quarterfinal here, would be Barty, obviously, but that just goes with her being like the number one player in the world, and she has the potential to crush everybody. Everybody in this quarter at least. And then obviously Sinyakova, if she can beat Barty, then she'll have a great shot. She'll be more than likely playing somebody like a Sevastova. I really don't think Kostya can beat Sevastova, like I said. So yeah, I mean, I think Sevastova is a solid like front runner for this quarter as long as Barty doesn't come in steamrolling.
yeah, fair enough. Final pick for the quarterfinal. I'm
Ooh,
saying Sinyakova.
all right. That's a tough one because I don't. Part of me thinks Sevastova,
Tick,
but
talk,
okay,
tick,
I got you.
talk,
Got
tick,
you.
talk.
Give me like 1 second. I'm just thinking, man. I'm thinking. Can I pick two people? No, I'm just kidding. I'll say.
Two people for one spot? That's crazy.
You're doing this to me. I'll say I'll say Sevastova. Just I gotta
All
put a
right,
name out
fair,
there,
fair.
Sevastova.
No, that's a good shout. That's a good shout. Um, she wouldn't have to face Siniakova until the fourth round, and then if she beats her, then yeah, she's got a quarterfinal spot. And yeah, she's got a class, definitely a lot of experience. I don't know how I left her out there. Sevastova definitely as much experience as Petkovic and Coco Vandeweghe, and probably better form and overall quality as well. So,
Yep. And then for wait, we
excuse me,
didn't
yeah,
pick
good one.
our quarter finalist for the next little chunk of this quarter.
Uh huh.
The
Yep.
Azarenka
So
through Andreescu. Oh
what are you saying
man,
there?
this one's a lot harder, I would say. Because
Oh, much harder.
we're looking at Azarenka. I feel like that's a clear cut to make it to the fourth to compete for this quarterfinal. Um, I'd say, I mean, obviously there's going to be some competition in like Vondrusova, Kontaveit, but
Ostapenko, Cornet.
um, if Ostapenko plays the way that she did, I would definitely say Ostapenko, but that kind of scares me
Yeah,
knowing that she's not.
and that's the thing, man.
Yeah. Um,
If she's hot, she's hot.
I'm gonna say Ostapenko. I'm gonna say it. She looked fantastic when I watched her, so I'm gonna rock with Ostapenko as my pick for this little chunk. So
All right.
Sevastova
Um,
versus Ostapenko is my pick for this quarter.
I'm saying Sinyakova versus Azarenka in this little uh for this quarterfinal match. Azarenka, I think she will make the quarterfinal, but upon reaching it, she will be so spent because she will have had to play what I can imagine some pretty tough matches. Not her first round, her second round match. But her third and fourth round matches look to be kind of tough. Fourth round, she'll potentially face either Ostapenko, Kasatkina, maybe Cornet or Andreescu. which will all be pretty tough, I think.
Yeah. So you think Siniakova will beat Azarenka
Yeah.
based off of like kind of fatigue and that type of thing?
Um, they'll they'll be a hell of a match, yo. They're both very similar actually. As far as their play styles go. Um, big serves, big backhand, forehand. Um, Siniakova, honestly, her backhand looks fantastic. On the grass. But it's just inexperience for her on the big stage. I think that like Azar players like Azarenka, that's their one of their biggest strengths is how composed they are. It's like been there, done that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Um, which helps them tremendously. But obviously as well, they have a lot of mileage on them. And she played a lot of tennis in Berlin. She withdrew in Eastbourne against who was it? She beat Cornet and then withdrew because she was just spent. She played, she won
SST. That's who she played.
SST. That's right.
Yep. And then SST
Right, it
got
wasn't Eastbourne.
smacked.
Sorry, it was Bad Albert. Oh yeah, hell yeah.
And we wrote,
Bryson Yakubu.
yeah.
Hey, yeah, we could have seen that. Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, yo.
All right. So I say
I'm saying
Sevastova, Ostapenko. Oh my bad. You're saying what? Sorry.
I'm saying Azarenka will get that semifinal spot in this. She'll win this, first 32. She'll come out of there being the semifinal.
Okay.
Sorry,
And
Siniakova.
I'm looking at this now, and I'm seeing that I chose two Latvians to meet up in this quarterfinal, Sevastova, Ostapenko. And me, based off of this matchup, I would choose Ostapenko, and this is me solely just kind of hoping that she continues the play that she's been playing at. Obviously, that's more than likely not going to happen, but I want to, I want to have some faith and hope that she can continue rolling. So Ostapenko as a semifinalist for me.
Okay, fair enough. So,
Let's move on to the next
just to
chunky.
recap,
Oh, sorry.
I said Siniakova, Azarenka. You said the two Latvians, Sevastova, Ostapenko, with Ostapenko winning this portion of the draw, making the semifinal.
Yep.
Would not be her first Grand Slam semifinal. Um, she won the French Open 2017. All right. Moving on to this next little section where our top seed is Svitolina. Number 3. The other seed is Serena. So we got Svitolina and Serena in this little section. This quarter, I guess, in Svitolina's quarter. I think it goes as far down as the Georgie Teichmann match. So we have Georgie and Teichmann in this portion. Mukova, Badosa, not worth mentioning, but Putintseva, Anisimova as well. Svitolina, man. First of all, I want to say that's a very tough first round match for her, in all honesty, because she has not been playing well, and I think she really needed like one of these easier opponents, in all honesty. And AVU, Alison Van Uytvanck is definitely not one of them, yo. She's a pesky player. I'm not sure where it was they played, but I remember watching a hell of a 3-setter between them. I think last year. I'm gonna look it up real quick if you would like to.
Sure. I was in the
Give us
middle
your
of looking
thoughts.
it up, but yeah, definitely not an easy draw at all for Svitolina. I mean, playing like you said, AVU is a very pesky player, gonna give her a really tough time. And then also looking into like her potential next round matchup, you've got Lynette, who's been playing pretty solid this year. Next to Anisimova, who is definitely a solid player by any means. So they played. They actually haven't played since 2015 in Indian Wells. It's a 3-setter. But yeah, you got Lynette or Anisimova in the next round, followed by a potential Putintseva or Badosa. So I mean, definitely not an easy draw, and that's just to get beyond the third round. So I mean, I don't know how much. I'll go over like kind of how we did like half of the quarter. So looking at the other half of the quarter, or the other half of the quarter, we're looking at Mukova, Teichmann, Georgie, who's playing great. the lesser Pliskova, Kovinic, not really notable at all. Pavlyuchenkova, who I'd like to see get going, but I'm not convinced at all about her grass game. So, I mean, I think this little – man, it's tough. I think we're seeing whoever comes out of this little top half having a good shot at making the quarter, aside from maybe like Mukova, Georgie, or Teichmann, if Teichmann really shows up. So, I mean, this one's a tough one for me. I think Svitolina will make it past the first round. I think we may see Anisimova maybe take her out in the second, and then potentially get like an Anisimova Badosa third round or something like that. And then on the other side, I think we'd see something like we're gonna get a nice little match in the second round, Mukova versus the winner of Georgie and Teichmann. And then I think the bottom part with Pavlyuchenkova is a complete toss-up. So I know I was kind of all over the place there, but I'll let you kind of pull it all back together.
All right, sounds good.
I was so scattered. Okay.
Like I was saying, this AVU Svitolina game is going to be a good one. I don't even know if Svitolina comes out of it, but I have no aspirations for her making the quarterfinal anyway. So I guess that's not so important. But yeah, because she'd face Anisimova next, which is a toughie.
Lynette, I mean, you never know. Don't count her out.
Stop that.
Hey, don't count her out. I'm just saying.
Stop. Okay. So, and then Badosa Putintseva potentially. What a match that would be, I think. Putintseva needs to play well. She fared, pretty well in Wimbledon previously. I think in the last edition she did all right. 2019, 2018, I also think she did all right. Putintseva always a player that's just all right. Definitely not great. Probably not even good. She really is an all right player.
She's not that great.
No, but I would love to see her win, man. I just feel like she's so unlucky. She's a dog against Tsurenko. Kind of blows my mind. I think Putintseva will win. I mean, she's at least good for one win, at least usually at every tournament. She failed to qualify for Eastbourne, which I think was embarrassing. She lost to Madison Brengel. But I know she's got a big game in her, and I think this is a good opportunity. So Putintseva, Badosa. And I'm not sold on Badosa at all. Good clay season. Maybe it's possible to expect a grass season slump. She lost to Svitolina, which I think is very telling, in all honesty. I don't, you usually say I don't give credit to the winners. I just kind of sort of bash the losers and say they played like shit. But I don't know, man. I think Badosa played like shit. And she has been on her last couple of outings. I won't lie to you there. Not a fan of her. I think she's a little overvalued. Might be some fade potential if she beats Bolsova, faces Putintseva. Who knows? But to make the quarterfinal from these chicas, I'm saying, shall I say it? I'm saying Camila Giorgi.
That's fair.
I think if Camila Giorgi is playing well and hitting balls, she's scary. Just like Ostapenko, she's one of them players. If she's playing well, then she can really beat anyone, and she really, really does play well. And it's scary to face someone like her who's hot and in rhythm and already, sort of proved it and sort of have that confidence and belief in themselves on the grass, which I think, players like Badosa will lack, Putintseva will most certainly lack, Anisimova to a certain extent might lack, and Svitolina, man, her confidence must be so low right now. Watching her play, she looks like an anxious little girl, like scampering around the court. Like I don't know what's good with her. Body language seems off. Doesn't even look like she's enjoying her tennis. So, I'm saying Camila Giorgi.
That's completely fair. Don't sleep
on Anisimova. Honestly,
I'm not sleeping on Anisimova. Trust me. I was honestly considering Anisimova as my potential pick to make it to the quarterfinal from this little area. I think Georgie. I think she might be a little bit overhyped considering her previous showing at I'm not too sure which tournament it was. I think it was Eastbourne. I'm not
Yes, it was.
overly convinced by it. I think there's definitely some bright signs there for sure. Definitely that she can make it past the first couple rounds.
She beat Sabalenka, man.
I do like Anisimova. Yeah, but come on now.
I can't.
She
She beat some good players.
Yeah, but not really in any like sort of dominant fashion. She probably would have lost to Kontaveit if the match continued. She was going to lose to Kontaveit. But
Yeah, fair.
I think
True.
I wish we could have seen more of Mukova in grass season. Her one match was against Kudermetova in a tight one. They always seem to have tight matches. I feel like they're the same exact player. But yeah, I see potential for an Anisimova versus like a Georgie or a Mukova. I think if Mukova beats Georgie in the second round, I think she'll potentially win and make it to the quarterfinals. So I'm gonna say Mukova for my quarterfinal on this side of the little no draw.
Yeah, Mukova's an interesting one. I feel like she's one of these players that's due, especially at a Grand Slam. There's a couple other players where that applies. I guess we'll get to them when they come up later. But Mukova, yeah, I feel like she's due, but I don't know. She faces Georgie after her first round against Shui Zhang, who, if I'm not mistaken, did pretty well. Good, not great on the grass. Definitely the first couple ones. I think Nottingham, the very first one when RG wasn't even over yet. She had a decent tournament, made the final, I believe, lost to Konta. But yeah, then plays Georgie next. So, and I think Georgie would win that one. So, which is why I'm going with Georgie. But Anisimova looks like she might have a decent path, especially if ABU does her a favor and beats Svitolina.
I also think Putintseva loses in the first round.
Really, yo, Tsarenko. My takeaway from Tsarenko, not super familiar with her, but I know that she's like the leanest player on tour, super fit, kind of like Arangsta Rus, just super athletic, very very lean, like strong but skinny frame, kind of tall, and apart from that, nothing special. In all honesty, if Putintseva doesn't cook up a blunder, she can outplay her for sure, outpower her definitely.
Yeah, I agree with
So
that.
it'll be interesting. Putintseva's a dog. She performs well as a dog. I feel like kind of like Badosa before all this hype got to her. She's pretty good in these situations. I feel like. But
Okay.
yeah, no, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm saying Georgie, Georgie with a quarterfinal spot here.
I'm saying Mukova. Not a lot of confidence behind that, but we can move on to the next little portion of the quarter. Who's her opponent
Yeah,
going
well,
to be in the
if she
quarterfinals?
beats my pick in the second round, then I agree.
Yeah.
I think whoever beats Georgie along the way will obviously, have a chance.
And I think whoever
Like,
wins
like-
that little upper bracket of that portion is going to be kind of maybe a little drained. I mean, every single player in that top little portion, aside from maybe Bolsova, are going to put up a pretty solid fight in every single matchup, I'd say. So it's going to be some tough, grueling matches leading up to that fourth round where they'd play a potential like Mukova, Georgie, something like that. So
Yeah, interesting. We didn't spend much time talking about Bogdan or Pavlyuchenkova. Also, they would potentially face either Mukova or Georgie in the third round if Pavlyuchenkova and Bogdan made it there. I think that's an interesting little match. I like Bogdan. Definitely, like you said, I'm not buying Pavlyuchenkova as a big name here or any of a threat to other players in this tournament.
yeah.
And I think Bogdan stands a chance, and you never know, man. She's capable as well. Definitely a lot of experience, super fit. So we'll see. But yeah, they would face either Georgie or Mukova. So
Yeah.
yeah. Moving on.
So we're looking at the bottom portion of this quarter. We got it topping off with Belinda
Four
Bencic.
Massive names, bro. 4 massive names.
Belinda Bencic,
wanna
who's
just-
been balling out. Oh, do you want to what? We could go over this one real quick.
All right, hit me with the four massive names. I'm itching.
Okay, so we're gonna have Bencic versus Golf in the third round. We're gonna have
Oh yeah.
Serena Williams versus Kerber in the third round. And
Oof.
then
Oof.
yeah. Um, to sum it up for me, I think we're gonna see Golf and Kerber in the fourth round.
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Wow. I'm I'm more wowing at the golf part. Kerber, I sort of kind of agree with you, but Bencic, man, Bencic, I think is gonna be mm, playing in a quarterfinal here.
We'll see. I mean, really, a lot of it is me kind of pushing away Bencic after she's been playing so well, and knowing that she can be a little, I don't want to say flukish because she's looked great, but I don't know. I feel like Golf will rise to the occasion. And then I think Kerber's my pick. I'm just gonna say it for this portion is Kerber, and this is obviously me being very like I rode with her so much in the last tournament, and I want to see her win. So I'm gonna pick her to win this to make it to the semis and beat Mukova. So I'm just gonna lay it all out there.
Honestly, I don't blame you. And I
Obviously,
can't
kind of.
say I disagree either. Um, I can't talk you out of that or give reasons against that. Kerber's red hot, won Wimbledon previously. Obviously, Serena has won Wimbledon previously, but she is not red hot and hasn't played on grass at all. Kerber
Which
just
is
won Bad
weird.
Holmberg. Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense. I mean, at the stage she's in, just
Yeah.
play the games that matter and literally nothing else. Which is, I guess, has its pros and cons. Obviously, you're not going to get injured or tired, but you're also probably rusty. But I mean, she's definitely one of them players that did the damn thing. So maybe a little warm up tournament doesn't mean much to her as it would to other players. But I just want to note that Serena Williams and Kerber might be the best third round match ever. It definitely will be in this tournament. No matter what the other third round matches are. Um, Honestly, Kerber and Serena, that's a Grand Slam final. Like that's a Wimbledon final.
Yeah.
Um, and I would like to also add that I feel like whoever wins this match will feel like they just won Wimbledon and collapse and sort of fall apart in the next match. Because like for them, like that is the match you want to win.
So
And
Bencic is your quarterfinal or your semifinalist. I'm just gonna guess that.
um, she would be playing Georgie. Um, Honestly, yeah, would you believe I'm a big time Belinda Bencic now. I'm a big time
You
Belinda
are a
Bencic
Belinda
fan now.
Bencic.
I am a Belinda Bencic. Yes, I am. I'm huge respect for her. She's got a shot in my opinion. She'll be, playing. Wait, so who is it again? Yeah, no, no, oh yeah, no, no. She's making the quarterfinal for sure, and then, yeah, she'll be beating Georgie. She'd have to beat um, she'd have to beat Goff, and then beat the winner of Serena or Kerber, and then beat potentially Georgie or Mukova or Anisimova. And honestly, that's all sounds really tough, but I think she can pull it off, man. To talk about her on grass, okay, so she's one of my futures. I'm actually super high on her. I like that she's played a tournament and looked good and got her shit together, so to speak. Her last match, her exit in Eastbourne against Golubic was a bit disappointing, but I think she was spent from her incredible tournament in the prior week in Berlin, and was maybe sort of saving
Where
herself,
she
knowing to
lost?
go all out. Lost to Golubic, yes, in straights.
No,
I
she
did say
lost
that.
in Berlin.
Oh yes, I
I'm
well
sorry.
yes.
I didn't. Continue.
In the final to Samsonova, yes. But no, man, I like what I saw. Yeah. Belinda Bencic is making a semifinal against Azarenka.
Heard that. So Ostapenko versus Kerber. Two of the people who just fucking wait. Did they both won on the same day? They both won tournaments. I'm crazy as fuck, bro. Okay, let's move on to the I'm obviously riding the people who are hot right now. Okay, let's move on to the next quarter. You want to kick us off with it?
I mean, my picks are sort of like that too. Siniakova, decent run. Bencic, decent run. Georgie, decent run. But honestly, yo, if it really could be Serena or Kerber in that semifinal,
Yeah.
and not Bencic. But yeah, I think whoever wins that match, like I said, will just say, "All right, peace out, boys and girls."
And
That's
girls.
Wimbledon for me. I just won that thing. So
All right.
yeah, yeah. Moving
Quarter
on to the
number
whole
3.
other half.
Quarter number 3.
Yes. Quarter number 3. Top seed, Pliskova, and then on the other side, Madison Keys. In comparison, where we had Bencic and Serena, this next one is, not as exciting. Pliskova and Keys headline this portion of the draw. I want to say that Pliskova, she needs to step up her game. Like, this is her time right now, or else she would have officially.
It goes down to Kenin, not
What?
Keys. I was just gonna put that out there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry.
You're good.
I'm so bad at reading this.
You're good.
All right, no, you're totally right. You're totally right. It does. Yes. Yeah, Pliskova is having a disastrous season. Believe it or not, she's a top 10 player, but not for long, I guess. She needs to turn it around. Zidansek, I think, is a good opponent for her, even though she made a Grand Slam semifinal, I believe, last month. Did not play on grass. Good spot for Pliskova. Honestly, a decent little portion of the draw, even though there are some names like Vekic, Potapova, I'm going to say Pegula, Samsonova is here, bum-ass Sloane Stevens is here, Petra Kvitova is here, but she wouldn't have to face her until a quarterfinal. But it is very possible Pliskova makes the quarterfinal if she plays well. Now, obviously, Pegula's in her draw, and Pegula definitely has Pliskova's number, which is the only concern. But fourth round, I'm seeing Pliskova, Pegula. Samsonova.
I want to believe. I want to
I
believe in
want to
Samsonova.
I want to believe as well. I would love to see it. She has a wild card, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, yo. Who's making a quarterfinal safe? I want to say Pliskova, because I think Pliskova, like, her game is suited for the grass. I know she didn't perform well, but I mean, she lost to Pegula Pegula's beaten her 4 times this year already. Can she make it 5 if they face in the 4th round? I don't know. Pegula lost to Siniakova, and Siniakova was honestly playing really, really well. So I don't. Oh. Wait, Kvitova's not in this.
She is.
She is?
Yeah. In Pegula's zone.
Oh, fuck. Kvitova's making a quarterfinal then. My goodness. Sorry.
No, she's not. Okay. So.
Sorry, guys.
So.
Pliskova will face then, I guess, because Kvitova will take care of Pegula before. No. Yes.
They would play in the 3rd, if they played.
Yeah, they would. No, they wouldn't.
Yes,
what,
they
Kvitova
would.
and Pegula?
Yes.
I'm having a really tough time.
Yes, they
looking
would.
at this right
Kvitova
now.
would play Pegula in the 3rd. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Safe.
Okay. Who would Pliskova play in the 3rd?
Risk, Martinsova, Podoroska, or Ann Lee.
Oh, okay. I'm seeing it now. Okay. Yeah, no.
Kvitova. Okay. For me, I would disagree. I would disagree. I think
because she's winning Wimbledon, right?
No, she's definitely not. She's gonna lose to Watson in the 2nd round. But
Oh, stop.
for me, I don't. Pliskova is like a train wreck, And it sucks to see how weak her draw is, or at least for the first 3 rounds. It's not very stacked at all. Allison Risk is the second best player in that little portion. I'd love to see Zidoncek come out and beat Pliskova. I don't think it'll happen, but I'd love to see it. Yeah, I mean, Pliskova will probably play like a Pegula, Kvitova, Samsonova. I would love to see play her. And I'm really starting to notice here that a lot of the players who have been playing recently on grass are catching my attention more, which kind of throws off my perception of the draw. It wouldn't really affect me as much if I'm looking at, say, like picks, but I think it would play more of a factor in that. But looking at the draw long term, man, who's gonna be my quarterfinalist from this section? I would have to go, brother. I'll go Pegula. I want to say Samsonova, but I'll go Pegula. I don't think Kvitova can make it that far. She's just not consistent enough. She's not back, as you like to say. So yeah, Pegula would be my choice.
Oh, she's both.
You're just in love with her, bro.
Yeah. If Pegula manages to beat Kvitova in the third round, she'd face Pliskova in the fourth round potentially, who she's 4-0 against this year in 2021. So I hear you. I guess if Pegula can get past Samsonova and then Kvitova, then it's hers.
Yeah. I don't know. This one's a tough one for me for sure. I want to see Samsonova win though. That portion.
Kvitova, she's about to be back.
Not now. Maybe another day. All right. Next portion, we're kicking off with Mertens. We got Keys, Kudermetova, and Kenin, with some pretty good grass court names sprinkled in. You got Mikhail, who's been pretty good on grass. Bringle, who's surprisingly been pretty good. You've got Golubic, who's been playing great. Golubic, Kudermetova is going to be a great first-round match. Madison Keys showing a little bit of promise in beating Sabalenka, but other than that, not too much. Mertens hasn't looked great either. So, I mean, I think the winner of that previous portion will more than likely beat the winner of this portion. Do you want me to just go ahead and pick who I think would win this section, or what do you think?
Sure. Who's making a quarterfinal?
Oh, shit. Now that I think about it, I don't know. I don't think Kenin is going to make it too deep. Kudermetova, I think the winner of the Kudermetova-Golubic match will more than likely take this portion. I don't know. I mean, Mertens got a pretty solid... bro. I don't know, because Mertens hasn't looked impressive by any means. Let me hear your thoughts, because I really can't... I think it would come down to Mertens, Keys, or Kudermetova. Even then, I'm not confident.
Looks like a third round match between looks like it'll be a third round match between Kudermetova and Kenin. I do agree that if Golubic beats Kudermetova first round, then it'll be Golubic, Kenin, and honestly probably Golubic into the fourth round. Who she will most likely be playing against, I'm gonna say Elise Mertens. I think Elise Mertens. I like her. I like her a lot. I feel like she has a good chance here. Really easy section of the draw until she'll have to play Madison Keys in the third round, and then she potentially face either Kudermetova or Golubic or Kenin. Most likely Kudermetova. Mertens, Kudermetova is what I'm saying for the fourth round. Who would win? That is super tough. I think if it's that specific matchup, I would say Mertens. But I'm gonna go with I would say Kudermetova would beat Mertens in that matchup, but I will say Mertens gets a quarterfinal spot.
Okay. Yeah, I mean that's fair. I
Kudermetova could potentially go down before that. I feel like we're sleeping a little bit on Herzog and Danielle Collins.
Yeah.
Good, not great, but they would face Kudermetova potentially in the second round.
I feel
but
like,
I don't know. I'm saying Mertens.
I feel like we're looking at a potential Keys Mertens match where Keys honestly could potentially come out on top. I know that's crazy to say. I think we're looking at maybe like a Keys Kurumatova. Um, I don't think Herzog stands any chance whatsoever making it past the the second round at least. Collins might show up a little bit, but I think Kurumatova would be my pick for this portion. And as I said before, going up against a Pagula, I really don't think I could see Pagula making a semi, but I don't know. I'll go Kurumatova as my semifinalist for this portion. And then you've got
Yeah, fair enough.
Kvitova Mertens.
Yeah, I think Durmatova has beaten Mertens, so and I do like her chances if that's who she faces in the fourth round. Um, but I don't know. Gulubic kind of scary. Um, yeah, I don't know. At least Mertens, bro, just class. And the way Durmatova collapsed in the big stage of every big tournament she's played in so far. I'm talking Grand Slams and thousand level tournaments. Um, she choked. She chokes big time. Against Samsonova, she stood no chance in Berlin. Looked terrible, honestly. Even though in the prior match she played Mukova and had 50 winners. But I'm saying Elise Mertens, class, fitness, um, good ability, and tons of experience. So
Can I backtrack
give me
and
that
change
Elise
my
Mertens.
Samsonova instead of Pagula?
Yeah, sure.
All right. And you're saying
Sure.
so you've got Mertens versus
Uh,
Kvitova. Who do you have taking that?
yes, sir. You know who?
Kvitova. You're fucking mad, man. Oh lord. All
Bro,
right.
she's winning this thing.
Okay. We got one more quarter to go. I got my Hawks to watch, so let's jump right in. We got capping off with Swiatek. It's a pretty solid little quarter we got here. We got Swiatek. You tell me not to sleep on her. Sue
Big
Shea,
names.
Petra
Big names. Hit me
Martic.
with the big names in this quarter, sir.
Okay, so Ons Jabeur, um, Katie Bolter. No, okay, so Jabeur is a big name. Muguruza, Sakari, Rebekina, Alexandrova, Sabalenka. This is gonna be a hell of a quarter, I would say. We got Zvonareva mixed in there, sprinkled in there. We got a little bit of who else? Shelby Rogers playing okay. Mladenovic is a bum, but I'll throw her name out there for you, Mrs. Safe. But yeah, a bunch of stacked names. I don't see any easy draw for anybody here. Yeah, nobody has an easy draw here whatsoever. What are your thoughts here?
think I agree, but I think it's easy for us because it looks like all these names are in bold are gonna face each other. So third round, I'm seeing Schweitek and most likely Martic, but I don't even fuck with Martic like that. Maybe
Yeah, I don't
volley
either.
nets, Katie volley nets. I think she's American Brazilian, if I'm not mistaken. I think some weird combo like that. But anyway, it's either I mean she's losing to Schweitek most likely either way. In the next little section, third round, Jabur Muguruza. I think that's straightforward right there.
Yeah.
Fiona Ferro, Fatima Kherkov, Kuznetsova, Venus. All no names in all honesty. Next little portion, Zachary Rebekina. I think that's
Easy.
very straightforward. Yeah, yeah. The next one as well, Alexandrova Sabalenka. I don't think there's much discussion there either. Now, who's winning all of these big matches? I'm seeing Swiatek to make it to the fourth round, um, to play against former Wimbledon champion Garbiñe Muguruza and losing to the former Wimbledon champion Garbiñe Muguruza. So it looks like to me that Muguruza will be making a quarterfinal. Um, and for the other quarterfinal, in the fourth round, I'm gonna say Sakari will beat Rebekina. I think Sakari can outwork the fuck out of Rebekina. Sakari really is sort of a big game player. Her energy and enthusiasm is just off the charts, especially in Grand Slams and big matches, big stadiums. She loves all of that shit. She honestly doesn't really have the entire arsenal to hang with players like Rebecca, but Rebecca is just so lethargic. I feel like, and just so low energy, and I just feel like that might just be enough for Sakura to win. So, um, I'm seeing a Sakari Sabalenka fourth round, and Sabalenka wins and faces Muguruza in the quarterfinal.
I fuck with it. Honestly, I don't disagree with anything that you just said. I think the biggest chance of an upset out of what you've said would maybe be Rebecca Sakari. Um, but I mean, everything else was pretty spot on. Muguruza, known for her performances at Wimbledon. Swiatek and
Class.
and Martic, not really the most stacked little section. Definitely a place to look out for some upsets going on there. But Muguruza should have a pretty great chance of making it to the fourth round, and even the quarterfinal, going up against a potential, as you said, Sabalenka. She's really got to find her game, but she's got some kind of easier matchups to start off with to get the ball rolling and get that confidence built up. I think Rebecca has a chance against Sakari. I'd love to see that match. I hope there's nothing that really stands in the way of that. So I'd love to see that matchup. I think Rebecca could take it. And then we would see potentially a Sabalenka. Yeah, I mean, I like that. Sabalenka versus Muguruza. And I think with Muguruza's kind of still kind of being a question mark, I think she, in the past, or if she was in full form on grass court, I think would beat Sabalenka, but I think I'd take Sabalenka here to make the semifinal.
Yeah, yo, Sabalenka. That's the one player I mentioned earlier. I think she is also due. Um, Sabalenka probably only like one of these big players we keep talking about that hasn't made a run at a Grand Slam. I mean, Swiatek has. She's won one. Sabalenka yet to even make a quarterfinal. I think, or yeah, I don't think she's made a single Grand Slam quarterfinal.
Wow.
She usually kind of chokes, but this looks like manageable stuff. To be honest, Alexandrova, her first real test, but Sabalenka can definitely overpower her. In my opinion, Alexandrova's patience and smart hitting won't do anything against a ball basher like Sabalenka. So yeah, Garbini Sabalenka quarterfinal. I'm saying Sabalenka not only because she's due. Um, you can watch this on YouTube. Muguruza posted like a 5 minute mini movie of her practicing on the Wimbledon grounds. You know, in the build up to this tournament. And honestly, man, if you just watch her, and she has a lot of practice videos on her YouTube channel, and you can just see that she does not look as good as she once was. I mean, I used to watch her practice videos, and I'm like, holy shit, yo, she looks scary. But I'm not seeing it, and we haven't really been seeing it. Rusty, out of form. Um, lingering injuries.
Yeah.
I think she'll make it to the quarterfinal. Loses to Sabalenka.
Yeah.
So note Muguruza's 2-0 against Sabalenka this season.
I dig it. Anything you want to add as far as like the semifinal results? You've got Sabalenka and Kvitova.
In the final?
That's who you had as your
Oh,
semifinalists in this portion of the bracket.
oh, that's a tough one. That's a real tough one. Um, Look, I'm gonna pass. Whoever
Okay.
wins that though wins the thing. I'm calling you right now.
Yeah, I feel that
Whoever wins that,
100%. Unless Kerber is, spitting.
whatever. So Bencic Azarenka, the other semifinal. I think it's gonna be Azarenka versus um Sabalenka or Kvitova. I really can't pick one. I
Okay,
really
that's
can't.
fine. I mean, we'll get to those points in time once we get there. So, um,
Just a note, I didn't mean to do this, but all four of my semifinal picks I also have futures for. I have futures for Sabalenka, Kvitova, Bencic, Azarenka, who are my four semifinals. Totally not a coincidence. And I also have a little future, sort of a long shot on. I think it's Cornet, I believe.
Yeah, it was. I saw that like plus 40 or 400,000 or something like that, which is definitely
Plus
that's
40K.
I think it's worth a shot for sure. Um,
Yes, bro. Plus 40K for $25, bro.
yeah, I think Kvitova was kind of a waste for you, but okay. Anyways,
Like the
we'll get there when we get there. A lot of great first round matchups that we discussed today. They start off. We've got half of them on day one, half of them on day two. So make sure you guys go ahead and check out our Twitters. We post our plays there as well as in the Bearded Betters Discord run by Corey Crone. Awesome guy. Made this amazing place for us to chit chat about tennis and any other sport we desire in the betting world. So make sure you guys check all of those out. Links are going to be down in the description. Make sure you sub to the channel. That way you're following along for when we post our plays, picks, and future episodes. So hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Make sure you subscribe, like I said, and that will be it. Best of luck in your Wimbledon endeavors, and have a great day.
fuck you, Coco Golf.
Peace.